everyone! Welcome to my first ever vlog. This is a pretty special day because I have the day off from work. It's President's Day and I'm honestly starting today way too late. It's already almost 4 p.m. I was supposed to be here like literally 2 hours ago. But I just drove and parked to the base of my favorite hill in my neighborhood, and it's a cute little hike that I like to do often. And today I'm gonna be taking you guys on a cozy painting vlog with me. I have this massive, can't really see, but I have this massive backpack of all my painting supplies. So I thought it'd be cool to like kind of go through what I bring when I go on these little adventures by myself. I also packed peppermint tea, even though it's like really hot outside in February, but I am not gonna complain about the sunshine. So anyway, I'm excited to go paint. So let's go. Currently walking through this college campus. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be going this way, but I've always done it. But they have like a side entrance that connects to like the neighborhoods around here, and so that's kind of what I do every time I come up here, so I don't have to go through like the campus doors. I always forget how steep this is. It's really short, it's barely a hike, but I'm always winded afterwards, so it's kind of efficient. When I get to my painting location, I tried to find the flattest bit of ground to set up my tripod, easel, and art supplies. The setup can get a little bit tedious, but I'm glad I invested in this really lightweight, compact travel easel set that I can pretty much throw into any bag and go anywhere with. I didn't think about how windy it would be up on that hill while I was filming this, so the footage ended up super shaky, so sorry about all the crazy background motion. I find that starting a plein air painting can be pretty overwhelming, especially when it's an expansive viewpoint like this one, and my eyes kind of get lost in all the detail. So to filter through this, I like to start with sketching out a rough thumbnail sketch and physically use my hands to kind of block out a square in the view, like a makeshift viewfinder. I pencil in the basic shapes, literally force myself to only draw triangles and circles and squares to lay out my composition in a way that I'm happy with, so that I don't have to think about it while painting later. After that, I immediately start going in with bold color strokes to form big shapes, in sort of like a watercolor style to completely fill the background. I think of this step like ripping off the band-aid on being scared of the blank white page of your sketchbook. I love using a large angled brush for like 85% of a painting, even when it's super small like this one. I swear, if I was on a deserted island, I would literally pick a large angled brush to stick with me because that's how much I love using it. I then start layering the smaller shapes, focusing on setting the overall values and contrast of my painting, and honestly ignoring the actual color because you can always change that later. The closer objects to you should always have the deepest values and fade out as you get further away for atmospheric perspective. I didn't have too much time for this painting because I knew the sun was about to set in about an hour. And it's always a little tricky balancing sunsets with painting outdoors because the light changes pretty much every second. But you get to see your colors change so rapidly on the page, and you have to make decisions really, really quickly, and the final result is not at all what you initially pictured. But I feel like that's kind of just like a good natural time constraint, and for me, it's part of the fun challenge of plein air painting. I attended a gouache workshop by Angela Sung during Lightbox last year, who, by the way, is one of my biggest plein air inspirations. And she gave us the tip of mixing in a few drops of clove oil into your water spray to refresh your paint palette. And I always used to have the problem of my paints getting super moldy over time, even when I took good care of keeping it moist in an airtight container. But after using the clove oil mixture trick, I seriously have not had that problem ever again. So I just felt compelled to share that. I don't know if it's just placebo, but I feel like the oil makes the paint feel a little more buttery and luxurious to apply as well. To be honest, painting in front of a camera still stresses me out so much. I feel like I only actually like what I produce art-wise 20, maybe even 10% of the time. But my goal this year is to completely ignore that negative thought in my brain that I think all artists have. The one that tells me that my art is nowhere near as good as the stuff I see on Instagram and the other thousands of artists in LA especially, and that I've made better art than this before, that it's embarrassing to make a whole vlog online about such a small little painting excursion. I just think it's the most unproductive thing I could do to myself, and I really want to just keep doing this and keep filming even if it's bad. And I think over time I'll get more comfortable because that was a lot of fun, and I think I just generally like to document my life. So this is a really cool way to be creative with it at the same time and stay consistent with my art. I know this sounds very cliche and so yogi of me, but I swear every time I'm able to go outside and just admire the sunset, I feel like my head is able to be so clear, and every negative thought I've ever had just literally dissipates. And then, of course, a few days later, I tend to fall back into a mental rut again of all of life's many stresses. And so this is just a reminder to myself that I can rebalance and center my nervous system again just by existing outside very slowly and very intentionally. some post-painting reflections. My nose is running because it's so cold right now. LA just goes from 100 degrees to freezing in like the blink of an eye. I swear, it kills me every time. But that was a really cool, I really liked that painting session. Unfortunately, I was gonna narrate some parts of it, but there was a couple on that bench next to me the entire time, so I felt a bit too awkward to talk, but that's okay. I can always like put some text over. I really hope the footage turned out okay. I realized that I was basically filming the actual painting part in shadow the entire time, so noted for next time. But overall, super relaxing painting. This sky and this view is just so beautiful every time, and I just feel so lucky to be able to live so close to somewhere like this, and I can literally just come here whenever and enjoy the sunset.